All right, hi YouTube. All right, I'm gonna do my last flight today. Flying from my rooftop here, gonna get to the last views of the day. Beautiful day. The wind picked up a little bit, got some gust, but I'm pretty sure the DJI Mav can still handle the wind limit because it's nowhere near 25 miles per hour, I think. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Gonna get the last drone footage of the day, and see you soon. drone flying makes you about this hungry. Alright, so I had 3 flights today of my drone. First one was at the beach. Second one was at Millennium Park, Grand Rapids, not Chicago, because I'm from Chicago, so I feel like I have to differentiate that. And then the last one was on top of the roof over here, and I feel like that showed the 3 different conditions and also 3 separate hazards of flying the drone, at least where I'm at in Michigan. So we got the sand, of course, really coarse, really fine sand over at the beach, and of course a huge water hazard. And then at the park, what I've noticed too was the park actually has like really tall grass. So if I have to land at the park, usually I have to land at the sidewalk or take off on the sidewalk to prevent damage to the blades. Also at the park, I was really surprised, but I had a lot of connection issues over at the park. So I had to definitely stop what I'm doing, climb in altitude. I don't know if that matters, but hopefully get better reception, and start walking it back, to my controller. And I was kind of surprised because I was kind of below the 10-mile limit they advertised on the DJI website. So, but yeah, the beach had the best reception and also low wind. It was kind of sketchy because it's I don't know if this came out good, but it's actually Monday, and the beach was full of people. So it was kind of hard because I had to, sort of land it by me kind of thing. And of course, I started drawing a crowd because the beach was a lot more full when I concluded my flight than when I started my flight. But yeah, it ended well. And what was it? Too bad the drone doesn't have sound. But then again, it's a good thing the drone didn't have sound because, quite frankly, the drone, even though it's quieter than previous models, all you would have heard was zzz the whole time. So it's probably a good thing it didn't have sound. And then last on the rooftop, by the time I got up here, after lunch, actually, the wind actually started picking up at a high gust over there. And it doesn't, the gimbal is so good on the drone and the software is so good on the drone, it doesn't show the wind that much unless I bring it directly to my eye level. You got to see it bumping up and down here. But yeah, when I was looking at it, it was really jumping up and down. So I just did a lap around my neighborhood over here and then brought it back because I didn't want to get it caught too far by the time I brought it back. Also, I guess, so when I pushed the return to home button, it still got within the deck, but it actually was going to land over the furniture. So I canceled the return from home right when it started going down, canceled the return from home, and then just flew it manually down. So that's another good thing about it. When you're doing return from home, don't just set it and forget it and just walk away. Look where it's landing, because sometimes it's going to land where you want it to land. Sometimes it's a little bit off and you got to correct for obstacles. So I'm kind of glad I caught that before. I think it was going to land on the edge of the fireplace over there, which probably would have been a bad idea, for it to flip around like that. So I'm glad that I caught that. But yeah, I do think the extended batteries are worth it. There is a downside. You do have to register your drone to the FAA. Well, actually, I've heard that you're not registering your drone. You're actually registering yourself as a drone pilot. So when you register your drone, you actually can use the same serial number on up to 4 more drones on that higher weight class of 250 grams, higher than 200 grams. Which is helpful if you decide to get into sport. And I gotta say, if you do get into sport, wow, you got deeper pockets than me, because this drone is good quality. But I gotta say, when I looked at the price of DJI Mavic 3, for example, full size drone, that thing was about $3,000, $4,000. So oof, I'm kind of happy with what I got right now, to tell you the truth. I think this one the mini series hit the right mark on portability. Cheap enough. Okay, so I still feel bad. Don't get me wrong, if the motor failed and it went 4 stories, 5 stories off the roof and smashed the main piece, I still feel sad. But it's still at that price point where it's still affordable, still fun, it's still portable. And when you're flying it, unless people are looking, you don't really draw a huge crowd, I imagine, if you're, getting the $3,000 DJI drones that the Ukrainians are using to drop grenades on top of Russian tanks. So yeah, it was real fun. It was a real fun day. I think the best part about drone flying is it's helping me get out and explore the neighborhood that always has been there. Beautiful day outside. Usually I just spend in my room playing computer games, but now that I have a drone, I have an excuse to go out and fly, and, explore the place, and go to different areas, different parks, different beaches to use the drone at. So I'm very happy with the purchase. I'm very happy with the flying. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be. The Mavic does a lot of things by itself. I describe it as, you got a button to take off, you got a button to land, you got a button to do all the cool camera features, and really you're just there to kind of force it along, kind of thing, to do it. But without you, it's still take off by itself, hover and land. So don't get too intimidated about that. It's only my second day, and I feel like I don't feel like I'm an expert, but I feel like I gotta have a good grasp of it. I gotta say it's real handy not having to use my phone, and got the controller. So if you can afford the funds, I still recommend that controller. I was outside in literally bright noon sun. I could still see the screen just fine. I wasn't trying to turn the brightness or anything, so I'm happy about that. I had a great drone day. I'm glad you could come along, and I'm glad I could show you a little bit of my part of the world, tell you the truth. Thank you for coming along, and have a good day.